Hey there, guys and dolls. This is your good old Uncle Christian over here. Oh, right now you're asking yourself, like, what's going on here? Oh no, don't tell me that something happened with the review. No, nothing happened with review. Now you think it's all like, oh, this is some kind of like spoiler free or spoiler review. Whoa, um, kind of. Oh, your Uncle Christian make a very large boo boo. Okay, let me explain. All right. See, what you're about to listen to is, well, there's no two version of this particular review. It's just one heavily spoiler review. And, normally, the best way I can explain is this. For reviews such as this, I would normally, well, make two versions of this. One would be the spoiler free versions, that way people can listen to it and pretty much you wouldn't notice the difference. Then you have the spoiler review where, like, yeah, you have all those things that we talked about that was similar to the movie that does spoiler a lot, but you can just listen to it and you be fine. Well, again, Uncle Christian make a big boo boo because, well, not gonna lie, I didn't really care for this movie. The movie you're about to listen to is the Small Apartments review. And like I said, I didn't really care for it, and I guess with that, my entire attitude towards the movie, I was like, fuck it, who cares? Let's just spoil the whole fucking thing. And well, I was like, you know what? Let me actually try to do a little carefree. I'm like, no, I can't exactly not do a non-spoiler review. Uh, it's impossible. Like it's not like with Escape from Tomorrow or Mud. It's not like any of those where, like, okay, there's like this one particular part and like, okay, well, I can just just do something with it and boom, there. It's same thing with Escape from Tomorrow. Like, as much, I did put like a lot of sound clips within the whole review. It was still listenable. You can still be able to listen to it. You can still come in, and then it doesn't really spoil anything because we're just pretty much just talking some random thing, but we talk afterwards. This entire thing, there was no way I could be able to make a spoiler-free review. I could be wrong though. Just tell me, like, oh, you probably could have, in a nice way. But, eh, well, sometimes we fucked up. But I think the best way I could do is this for you is that I can give you at least a, well, pretty much this one part of the review is more of a mini review where I can tell you both me and Elisa's opinion on the movie and give you the final rating on it. And so that way, when you listen to the full review, if you want to be spoiled, then you can listen to the whole thing. If you want to just not want to be spoiled, well, just stay right now. Okay. So yeah, well, to give you the plot synopsis of the review, pretty much is this dude. The dude name is Franklin. I remember that much of it, and he's a very weird kind of person. Apparently, he's bald, so he has to wear like these headpieces. Yeah, and yeah, every single day. This is, I guess, from routine that he goes outside, he gets mail and his undies. A very strange person. And I guess going about his day by, I don't know, drink soda and eat pickles and put mustard on pickles. Oh, and well, in this particular case, apparently his landlord is dead in his apartment, and he said he killed him. Oh, well, yeah, that's like in the first 5 or 10 minutes, so that's not much to spoil. Stuff does happen later on, and there's a lot of subplots that I felt that didn't go anywhere, and well, yeah, that's the whole movie. Yeah, to be absolutely honest, I didn't really care for the movie whatsoever. I would say like the portion I guess you could say did like in a way is that the just part of the main plot. That one at least seems a more interest than a whole subplots that kept on going along. Uh, you have the Johnny Knoxville character as in the review. It's pretty much if Johnny Knoxville didn't went nowhere after Jackass. I'm trying to think. Oh, some weird dude, not weird, but some old dude, James Caan from The Godfather, who make all these really gothic, dark paintings. They're really kind of fucked up. It look like the kind of paintings he make. It look like uh any cannibal. What was it? Not cannibal Holocaust. Whoops. I try to remember the band. Whatever death metal band. I try to remember the name. Oh, Cannibal Corpse. There we go. It looked like Cannibal Corpse's album. Yeah, and oh, what else? I tried there. Oh yeah, it's some fire marshal dude that it's investigating. I can't tell you what else because it's kind of within the whole plot of the movie. But yeah, at least that's you get a little taste of it. Like there's some other subplots, and to be absolutely honest, I just didn't really care for any of these subplots. Like I thought they were like the biggest negative throughout the movie. Elisa, well, if you listen to the review, she pretty much, she did agree that like, these all these subplots had nothing to do with the movie whatsoever. But, she didn't mind for it. She apparently felt the entire opposite of how I felt. She actually really enjoyed the movie very much. She really liked it. I will say it was pretty good. Like I said, I thought it wasn't with all these subplots, and I didn't really feel satisfied with it. Like it's it's a very bleak of a movie. I want to say it's a bit of a black comedy, but it's only so little of it. I guess you could say it's a bit of more of a drama, and yeah, and I think the best way I could say I think I didn't say it, so you get a little something over here. I think if it would have gone more for a more black comedy of a movie, I think it would have something here. And yeah, I put some more drama parts into it, but I think it would have those two together. I think you have a very perfect balance of a film and not having so many fucking subplots going on. I think that's like again. I think that for me really kind of killed the movie for me with all these subplots going about and they didn't really go anywhere and I just didn't really feel satisfied with the film. And like I said, Elisa, she really did like the movie overall. Again, she did agree with me with the whole subplots not going anywhere, but despite all that, she really did enjoy it. And I, nothing like I said for her. Whoops, sorry. I guess with all that said, uh, okay, our overall opinion, I give it a watch it during sex. Sorry, I give it that because it.
You already know my reasons for it.
She gave it a watch it ASAP. She really liked that much. Now, if you want to continue on to listen to review, just remember we do spoil a whole lot, so don't come in going like, oh, you know, I already said it. This is your last chance. Are you sure? Are you absolutely positive? Okay, like I said, don't come crying, going all, you all spoiled it. Told you. Okay. Well, all I can say is enjoy the show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dr. Netflix. I'm your host, Chris Alonso, and with me is my lovely girlfriend, Elisa.
Hello.
And today we're going to review Small Apartments. So, it basically is about, I guess you could say, this really like pale white dude that's pretty fat. He has no hair. Yeah, he has like no hair and also no eyebrows too. He stays in an apartment and apparently he killed the landlord. Spoiler alert: he doesn't really kill his landlord. Yeah, that's kind of it. And like he does have a brother, but apparently his brother kind of went insane, or did he? Quote unquote. I mean, that's technically it. I mean, there are like other like some subplots here and there, but they don't really go anywhere in general. That's how I felt.
Other than death,
Yeah,
there's a lot of death in this movie for a non-war, non-violence movie. And technically, it's a drama
I
or something.
I guess that makes some kind of sense, but uh,
So there's a lot of death in it for that type of movie.
yeah.
How'd you like it?
To be very honest, not very well. Like, okay, the best way I can describe it is this. It's kind of the opposite of the Iceman, where like okay, in that one, how can I put it this way? See, with the Iceman, it's like you'd be like, well, I do like this and like that, and you keep running stuff to like about it. It's like, well, like it's not at all a very involved kind of movie, I guess you can say, with the Iceman. But there is like but it's about like that Michael Shannon dude. Seeing from his day to day life, and just seeing everything from his perspective and whatnot. Like this movie, like it's a well made movie. That's how far I can say. There's some things here and there that's a bit kind of strange and doesn't make as much sense. It's a very bleak kind of movie, and throughout it, I felt it didn't make much of a point. It's like throughout the whole movie, like, okay, what's the point of to all of this? That's the way I describe it. Like it felt very pointless, and it's one of the things I don't know how best to explain. But besides, like, well, it's just very pointless and like it well made, but it's just I felt it was just there, but nothing too much about it.
I really liked it. I would say I have the opposite point of view. So I guess what it was trying to say was all of these people were miserable because they were miserable in their mind. Like happiness is what you make of it. The crazy brother is kind of the voice of reason. He's the voice of reason for him, and in the end of the movie, he becomes the voice of reason to the fire detective. And it was a very bleak, sad story with a bittersweet ending. Is how I could describe it. Like there was one side to it that was like really happy, and there was another side to it that was kind of sad because there was a lot of death involved in the movie, but it wasn't really people that mattered to the main character or people were really invested in, I guess you can say. Just mixed feelings. Like I do feel like you feel like they didn't go anywhere with the subplots. Like they went into it a little bit and they showed you like a taste of their lives, and then
Yeah,
that was pretty much it.
yeah. I would say like I do like bleak movies like here and there, but it have some kind of point to them. I guess you can say a best example of that is it's with like Apocalypse Now. It's pretty much a very bleak movie. It's the entire like movie is around the Vietnam War. So already there is bleakness, but like I felt with that movie it does have some kind of point, and that it's a very kind of dark of a bit of a film, I guess you could say. But like I said, it's very bleak. It's just with this, with small apartments. Even with the main character itself, was like okay, well, what's technically the point with to him? Like that's how I felt. Like it doesn't make much of a point to him. The reason why he's actually there is like okay,
Well, I saw a character that was struggling with life, a character that was abandoned by his own brother and was kind of trying to make it on his own and not succeeding.
but we didn't really get much of that. Like we kind of hinted that, and I was thinking to myself, like, like during the beginning of the movie, like, wait, so and the dude kind of shows on parts, like, okay, but then it's one of the things, like, well, it doesn't make much sense. Like, okay, well, the dude is fucking bald, and well, he goes to the mailbox on his fucking underwear. That's it. And well, yeah, he looked like a fucking crazy person. I'm not gonna lie, but
That was kind of one of my main problems with the movie that didn't make much sense, like how crazy he seemed.
If you seem crazy at all.
Not crazy, but like, oh, it was just really weird and really suspicious, and like he gets away with murdering his landlord. Is that a spoiler alert? Is it?
Well, I guess in a techno. You know what? Fuck it. Like I want to say like spoiler alert, and I just want to think. Okay, I mean, as much as I want to say spoiler alert, it's one of the movies like, well, I mean, I don't really care to actually spoil about this movie because Escape from Tomorrow, as much we did kind of spoil it, even though I did make two versions of that now. I would say with that movie, it's a lot more hard. Like I don't want to really spoil it because like okay, whoever really want to watch it, well, they're gonna be like a lot of surprises. It's like okay, and make the kind of for sense in that particular movie. Small Apartment is like, well, okay, like as much I guess you can kind of spoil like okay this person dies, all right, what is really the meaning to that particular person? Oh, this person dies, all right, okay, well the dude killed this one person and technically got away with it.
Can I say what I wanted to say?
Oh yes, but
You're kind of going all crazy.
sorry.
I just asked if it was a spoiler alert.
Technically yes, but how like
But you give me permission?
yeah.
Thank you. Anyway, now. Basically, he gets away with murder because of whatever circumstances. You can find that out on your own. Basically, he gets away with it because there's other people to blame. And he talks to the investigator through the phone. And the investigator pretty much knows, he's the one that killed him. And you can pretty much tell by the investigator that he's just gonna ignore the evidence pointing towards the main character and just go with the other person / people that were conveniently caught. Now, my problem is this, the reason why this doesn't make sense to me is because this guy seems so friggin' weird, like that I feel like realistically, if you pretty much know, okay, this person is the killer, you'd want to investigate and find out why, because he has no reason to believe that the main character is a good person, because there are no signs that point towards him being a good person. He never meets the main character. He never really talks to the main character other than on the phone. And there's absolutely nothing that points towards him being a decent person. He could be a serial killer. And usually when people seem so weird, you want to investigate. And there were things that were said about him by the neighbors, and nothing indicated that he was decent. So my problem is, you would want to investigate something like that. You would want to investigate someone like that. He wasn't a character that was going to inspire pity unless you got to know him, I guess, which the investigator didn't.
You know what? Yeah, that's a bit of a very big plot hole to it.
Yeah, no one's gonna let you get away with that shit unless they see you as an innocent person, and like unless he knew like it was an accident what happened, and he doesn't know that it was an accident, and there's nothing that points to it being an accident. So why would he let him go? That's my biggest issue.
Yeah, now you're kind of saying that it's like okay, well, yeah, that's not making much sense to it.
Yeah, I mean, other than like the lack of the character development, like I get why we got to see a little bit of their lives,
Even I was say
because they all played like towards the main character and how he gets away. So that part I get. I wasn't completely satisfied with it, but I'm not mad about it either.
yeah, I'm not really mad against the movie. I'm just more like
You seem a bit flustered. Like you seem like you want to punch a wall.
no, no. Okay, again, I'm not really mad at the movie. It just how can I really bad explain? Like,
See, you seem
no,
frustrated.
no. Okay, because I'm trying to think like I'm not mad at the movie whatsoever. I just one of those things where you watch a movie and then like you're not totally mad with it. You're just more like, well, that's okay. That was a movie. I'm not entirely sure. I guess I watched something, but overall, it doesn't feel any sort of satisfactory. Nor do I feel the movie itself like I'm blinking on the
But
word.
that's how independent movies are.
No. You can't
Yes.
say no.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No. Not all independent
Yes.
movies.
It's like Little Miss Sunshine.
Well, no. See, Miss. Okay, like Little Miss. Well, I haven't seen Little Miss Sunshine all the way.
Ha! Gotcha.
But there's a bunch of other like independent movies like El Mariachi.
I don't know what that is.
That's the independent movie. Cost only $10,000. It was filmed in Mexico.
That's not the one with Antonio Banderas, is it?
No, well, it was before Antonio Banderas.
Ew.
Yeah, like it's okay. El Mariachi is before like Desperado, but it doesn't start like Antonio Banderas. Stars some other dude.
Danny Trejos?
No Danny Trejo. This is
A Mexican movie without Danny Trejos?
yeah.
You're kidding me.
I'm not kidding you.
It's impossible.
It's not impossible.
I'm just kidding. There's actually a shitload of Mexican movies on Netflix, which I cannot wait to watch.
Wait, there are?
Yes, there are. And I am super excited. Some of the stars from Univision are in some of these movies, and there's one in particular I cannot wait to watch. Maybe I will force Christian to watch it. It's called Instructions Not Included. I heard it's half in English and half in Spanish, but it looks really flippin' awesome.
I realized something. To talk about smaller part, and I was the same before.
Oh, you're the one that started talking about mariachi.
Well, because you say I don't know, like independent movies. I'm like no.
Well, because this is an independent movie.
Yeah, yes, it is. But
I just feel like this is a type. Like all I was trying to say is that this is a type of genre movie. Like there are movies that are like this that leave you like, what the fuck happened? And I feel like I don't know if they're like a little bit deeper than we can understand or
message.
I don't know. I don't know what the fuck. All I know is that there are a lot of movies out there like this, and some I can deal with, some I can't. I really like this movie. To me, this movie, it didn't run long. I wasn't bored. I was interested in what happened, which nowadays, when you want to be attached to your phone, like looking at your email and playing games and all that shit, sometimes it's hard to completely pay attention to a movie, and I was able to do that with this movie. Like it did string me along, and there wasn't like a lot of action, there wasn't really comedy, it was a serious, well, there kind of was comedy.
Okay, you know what, that was another problem with it, because like it seems like a more of a dark a black kind of comedy. That's what I felt like, during the whole beginning of it, like okay, like it, like there's gonna be a point to all this, but then like after that it just seems to kind of fit away to of that. It's like okay, well then I don't give the whole thing about it. I mean, I did like, because again, that's bring up more point to it. Like it just feels like utterly pointless. Like, okay, well you brought this little dark humor into this movie, but then after that you don't do anything else with anything.
I mean, I don't think it was 100% meant to be like funny to them. It was just supposed to show you like this is the caliber of character that he is. Like they're just trying to show you how stupid and careless he is. I don't think it's supposed to be funny. It's just to show you how innocent he is.
I guess. Damn. the more I think about this movie, the more like see, at the beginning of this entire recording, I was like, okay, like I don't dislike this movie, nor do I really love it, but I'm even more, I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of like really to get into that feeling, like, I generally think this is not like like I said, technically it's well made, technically,
right, the quality.
Yes, the quality of it, but the story of it, I never felt at all that it has some kind of point to it. Because, like I said, like, when the whole Billy Crystal, like, character... Oh, yeah, by the way, like, there's a bunch of stars in this whole movie. Like, some more... I'm thinking the word. Like, the opposite of, like, stardom. Washed out, okay. There's, like, quite a bit of, like, kind of washed out kind of stardom. Like, there's... Yeah, like, there's James Caan. He was Sonny from The Godfather. Although I wouldn't call him washed out, but at the same time, I kind of would. There's Billy Crystal, which, well, he was in here, and he actually played, like, actually kind of pretty cool kind of role. Like, he felt like a kind of a film noir, like, kind of role. Like, okay, I kind of liking this particular kind of setup to it.
Although I didn't like, again, how he kind of had his own subplot, and it's like, we don't really need your subplot, buddy. Get the fuck out of here.
There's too many of them. Then it's like, there was Johnny Knoxville, which He was Johnny Knoxville.
No, he wasn't.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Johnny Knoxville, if he hadn't done anything with his life.
yes. Oh my God, that's perfect. So you know what? This would happen if like Jackass didn't came up at all. This is he would probably be in an apartment like smoking a bowl. Or like what?
I liked his character though. I think I liked.
Oh, and also Rebel Wilson was in it.
I wouldn't call her washed up
No,
because
no, like
she's been in a lot of movies.
okay, I would say
recently.
there's some okay, there's some like okay, there's some that actually do get like a prompt like they're like Rebel Wilson like one of those people. She's like okay, like she's more of an up and coming kind of person. I forgot who else was in it, but like
But then again, she was only in it for like 2 seconds. So
sure, but still like at least
she just played like I don't know what Johnny Knoxville's fuck buddy, girlfriend,
whatever.
something. Probably not girlfriend. Who's that? The other old lady. His mother. The one that played his mother.
I don't know.
I'm gonna find out who it was because I know that her. I could say she's washed up. But I gotta find her.
But yeah, that's another thing too. Like, okay, there's a lot of actors in here, like more recognizable to some.
Yeah, there were a lot of good actors in this movie.
But like I said, like it's an oblique movie. Okay, and like the dude himself, like okay, well, let's just kind of put it this way. It's like okay, well, spoiler alert, but not really spoiler alert, whatever. I guess if I do feel like I'm really in a caring kind of mood to actually edit it out, whatever. Anyways, okay, well, pretty much they kind of show that like, well, I guess he doesn't really work. It doesn't, yeah. They don't really explain of how he get the fucking money. It's like, okay, well, if
Oh, and I'm sorry.
if how the motherfucker gets like fucking pickles, fucking mustard, and if this fucking cola drink
Moxie.
whatever, like yeah, say like like every single fucking day. How he's not able to pay his fucking rent? Like, does he have a job, or it's one of the things like okay, that doesn't really explain too well. Like, if they were to say like, oh, he gets whatchamacall, like social disability. Okay, fine, but they didn't really explain like how he. Okay,
I didn't feel like they needed to explain it.
well, they kind of do because like okay, well, because that makes much sense to it. Like, what? So the movie is basically telling me that he just stays in his apartment all day. He just looks around. He eats his fucking pickles with fucking mustard. Drinks a fucking soda. That's it. That's all he does. Like really all day. They kind of show of how like he able to kind of pay his rent, and it's one of the things like, well, okay. And I keep questioning like, okay, then how before was able to pay his rent? Like I guess like his brother was like helping. I guess I'm not entirely sure.
Probably because he was supposed to be taking care of him. And I just wanted to say the guy from Anchorman is in it. The one that does the sports casting. His name is David Koshner.
Yeah.
He was in it, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because he actually played a decent role, like. Because it is a bleak movie, so he played a detective, but he didn't seem like an asshole or nothing like that, like the typical role. So that was kind of cool to see. Rosie Perez was in it,
Who?
and you don't know who Rosie Perez is?
Who?
People tell him who Rosie Perez is.
You're not gonna tell me who Rosie Perez is?
She was in White Man Can't Jump, and she was in Living Color.
So, a washed out actress is what you're saying.
And Amanda Plummer, she's the one that played Johnny Knoxville's mom. She was in Pulp Fiction.
As who?
Tell you right now.
You're who brought this up now.
Well, because I just want for people to know who's in it. If you give me a second. Oh my god, she was in, I don't even know why she looks familiar. Satan's Little Helper. You remember that movie we watched?
Oh.
She was the mom.
That movie was crap. The only good thing about it was just like that fucking killer dude.
Yeah, where's this movie? I'm still looking, people. Okay.
Wait.
Honey Bunny.
Okay, now I remember.
Yolanda.
Yes, I remember.
Oh, now you remember. How convenient.
Or she's washed up.
He's so mean.
Well, I mean, okay, it sounds like she's getting work, so like she's not a total wash up, but still.
I'm sure she's not just an actress. I'm sure she has a lot more going on in her life. So mean.
I'm sorry for being
I
so
can't
mean.
stand you. Hmm.
Uh, but yeah, I don't know what else to say about this movie. It's just overall just a pointless movie where nothing seems to be actually kind of going on. The only exception is like, okay, the main character, like you found out, like, well,
Nothing's going on. Nothing's going on.
yeah,
Nothing's going on.
it's all pointless.
But there is stuff going on.
Well,
And it may seem pointless to you, but that's you. See? Not very deep. Like a little shallow pond.
hey, I'm deep. I am deep. It just that's how I feel about this movie. Like you're trying to like I'm going like oh you're not so deep. Like I'm deep. It just that's how I generally feel about this movie. Like it's just overall a very pointless kind of movie where not like of all the plot. Okay, the only exception is like okay you can say the main plot where all that is kind of going on is okay well this person like like he has a very sad and pathetic life. That's what it seems kind of going on. And his dream is to go to Switzerland because he feels that Switzerland is a very magical kind of place like Disney but he can't because well his brother is in a mental ward and it's like okay well all that is all like randy dandy. I'm not saying exactly fine but like okay that all okay is all whatever but then you got like subplots like doesn't really go really anywhere like even his kind of plot like okay well he's going to Switzerland like you found out like oh well his brother spoiler you found out like his brother dead brother left him like this amount of money and he can do what the fuck he wants because he wants his brother to have happiness. Like, okay.
And it was very sweet. I thought it was very nice that he did that.
Okay. But that doesn't seem like a. How long was that movie?
It was like an hour and a half.
It doesn't seem more like an hour and a half kind of movie. Like, I would say at best, like, okay, I can see more of a very short movie.
Nah.
I see as that, but like with all these subplots not going anywhere, and
They did go somewhere though.
really,
Yes.
okay, tell me where.
Yes. Okay. Johnny Knoxville, dead.
That's
Neighbor guy, dead.
oh.
Stripper girl. She's probably gonna go live her dream. She's probably inspired now. She watched Johnny Knoxville get shot. Detective dude left his wife because she was fucking the cousin, but because she interacted with the people in the apartment and the old dude told him, forgive her the first time, and he heard the inspirational words of the main character's brother, he went back home. And the dude's brother, dead. The dude in Switzerland living his dream. Bam.
But
there you go. No loose ends. No loose
Pepper
ends.
Girl, Pepper Girl, you're trying. I know I know you're doing over here. I know exactly. I know what you're doing over here. You're trying to make you like, oh, okay, you have no clue what you're talking about. I'm gonna make you lose your mind. I'm gonna make you all mad.
I'm just saying, how can you say that they don't go anywhere?
You're trying to make me look like a.
They all end cleanly though. I mean, except for like the stripper bitch, but
you're trying to make me look like a fool. I know you're trying to do. but see,
he's going crazy.
See, I know exactly what you're trying to do here, and it's not gonna work. Okay, like you say, like, oh,
listen, buddy. I'm making my argument to the 13 people that are gonna watch this or listen to this. Okay?
He may have 100.
Okay, sure. Anyways.
I
am making this argument for the people that are going to listen to this. I want them to watch this movie because I really like this movie and it's actually rated 4 stars on Netflix.
Okay.
And you're the crazy one.
How am I the crazy one here? I generally okay, like the best way I can describe it is just this. I just don't like the movie. I don't really hate it, but I just overall like you know what? If it would have just all those subplots didn't go anywhere. That's what I felt. All those subplots didn't really go anywhere. Why I'm Johnny Knoxville, like okay, like you see him as being like this. Well, it's like Johnny Knoxville doesn't really have a career like in an alternate universe.
Dead.
But see, that's it. Like what his entire thing was all about. If you just introduced him just being just a character. That's fine.
Well, because if like the dudes wouldn't have killed him with the gun of the landlord, then they wouldn't have been able to pin the murder of the landlord on those guys. So see, without him, dude would have never went to Switzerland. See what I'm saying? Like he's important
See,
to that part,
okay, but see, okay. See, you're trying to make a point of like, okay, well, Johnny Knoxville had a point to it. Like, no, okay, well, okay, I'm not talking about what he did for the main character. I'm talking about what Johnny Knoxville is supposed to be there for. What his, it was his, okay, not what his, okay, like, okay, well, he's dead. Like, well, that gave more, like, a dude who went to Switzerland more, like, at least he has an alibi. Okay, those two kill that his landlord there. But even still, it's like, okay, well, that's fine, but overall, what was really Johnny Knoxville's purpose as himself as a character? If he's the purpose of just like, well, just give it an alibi, then like, well, then that even make him a much more of a pointless character where nothing really happened. That's it. Like he was just there just to get shot. Okay, and the girl who dreamed to be like a stripper. Okay, well, she was just there as a one.
I don't know why she was there.
Okay. See, again, James Ken character, like, he was just there to be just like, well, be a dude who's he draw and stuff, like really like disturbing kind of art, but like all look really pretty good, but like very, and he killed himself at the end.
Well, they were all pretty much depressed, you could say, and the only ones that ended up happy that we know of are the detective and
even his subplot
and the main character.
Yeah, but see, even his subplot, it rolled up real nice. It rolled up really quick in order to have him just have some kind of satisfactory. And it's like, okay, but
I do agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you. Trust me. I know that these subplots. I'm not gonna say they didn't go anywhere, but I'm saying they gave you a taste and they didn't give you much more, which is kind of stupid. It's kind of pointless because why even do it at all? There's no point. Like, why do we need to see Johnny Knoxville's mother, and why do we need to know that she was alcoholic and now she's a reformed Christian and that she wants to put him on the right path? Why do we need to know that he likes to smoke bongs and fuck bitches? What does that matter to us? Why do we need to know that the detective is not with his wife anymore because she fucked the cousin? Like, what does that have to do with anything? Why do we care about some fire marshal or fire detective life? What does he matter to the story? Why do we need to know that the stripper girl or the one that wants to be a stripper has a mother that got pregnant at 15 and doesn't let her date? What the fuck does that matter? Why do we need to know who's the one I'm missing? The old man. Why do we need to know that the old man's wife died 13 years ago and that he moved into a shit apartment? He doesn't even know why because he said it himself. He could have gone anywhere. And that he does like a bunch of depressing paintings. Like, why do we need to know that everybody around this guy, including him, is miserable?
I would say with the main character, like just himself, I just want to say, just gonna add to it. I wish it was kind of a little more developed, even with him. It was like, okay, like I said, like even with those two plot holes, they're major plot holes even with themselves. I would say that right now. Where does he actually get the money from? Does he even have a job? Like, it just feels like that the whole setup of what he does is that's what he feels like he only done. Like, he is sit in his apartment like a fucking hermit, and he goes outside to get mail from his brother in the asylum. Where what he does, he eat pickles, put mustard on them, and drink fucking soda. That's all he does. It seems like he does all day. It's like, okay, maybe he's getting money somewhere else, but it doesn't. The movie doesn't really at all explain to us that. Like,
so you're saying we should have thrown out all these subplots and just focused on the main character and the plot, and it would have been an interesting story.
I would say yes. If you were to cut all this fat out, you can say
who's fat?
That's the movie. If you were to cut like all that bullshit out, and I get in some way make it not like an entirely human kind of movie, but like seeing like this person who does have a really sad and pathetic life, and just go kind of that rel of in there, like just see more a deep kind of why he's in this state and everything about that. Then okay, you have a much more solid movie. But as it is, it's just been just a short movie. Like if anything, not even an hour, like more like a 45-minute of a movie, maybe 30 minutes at most. That's what you got. Other than that, that's all with all these random subplots, all these things is kind of happening. It's like, okay, it doesn't really add to the movie whatsoever. It doesn't really add to the main plot. It doesn't really add to anything. It's just there just to be there. Even the character himself, they're just there just to be there. The main character, like, there is some kind of level of depth to him, but overall, that's it. You see, there's some potential in this movie, but it's one of the things like, if they would've, whoever was writing it, and whoever was writing it, they could have added just a tad bit more into it, and that's what I feel overall with the movie. Like, it just, like I said, it to me just feel a very pointless, bleak of a movie that it didn't have really enough to say I really wanted to say. Like, okay, well, this person has a really sad, pathetic life, but oh, look, an ex machina. Well, his brother died, but hey, he has money to give him. It's fine, it's sweet, but that's not a whole lot to cover and not to make a whole solid ground of a whole movie.
Well, I really liked this movie. I thought it was super interesting. And are you ready to rate it?
Yes.
Okay. Despite all of its flaws, give this like a 5. Like, I think it's I think it's a Saturday night movie, one to watch with your friends and popcorn.
I am not part of this.
I think it's that interesting.
I'm out.
I really like it. He's still sitting on the bed, just so you know. Exactly. Okay.
I've caught that part now.
Okay, well, maybe a 5 is exaggerating. A 4. Like, I think, what's a 4?
A 4 is watch it ASAP.
Okay. I say watch it as soon as possible. I think this movie was awesome. I really like it. And even though Chris doesn't like it, I still think, and I know he's gonna like rate it really low, I just want to say I hope that you watch it anyway and just tell us who you agree with, because this is one, because me and him, we usually don't have opposite point of views, but right now it really seems like we're both on the opposing spectrum. So what I want you guys to do for us is I want you guys to watch this movie, and I want you to tell us what you thought of it. You know, am I crazy or is he crazy?
I think he is crazy.
Let's let them decide.
Okay, I would say watch this when you're having sex. I want to say that, but that is a 1, right? I try to think like what is. Damn, like I feel like I always felt like it was a 0, like, because I don't want to say that at all, but I don't feel like it was worth a while of a movie to watch. I mean, okay, I would say watch it while you're playing like your Angry Birds or your Bejeweled or your Candy Crush or whatever game that's out there right now that you're playing. You play that during the parts of where you just a slut
Family
plug.
Guy.
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian.
All that bullshit. Play that during all those subplots, because then then you will have like the movie that like, okay, there. That's why I feel like it's like, okay, it's because we need some kind of rating of 0.
Well, I would just say like just don't bother with it.
Because I feel like
I think it's funny though how he goes from like a 1 to a 2 though.
Okay, but see, I don't want to be too mean about the movie, because like, well,
but it's your opinion. You can think what you want to think. It's not gonna hurt them.
See, I know, but because like with that one scenario, like watch it when you're watch it during sex. That's feel like.
Well, I think the point comes down to: is it worth watching? Is it worth wasting an hour and a half of your life that you can't get back? Or is it not worth it to you?
How can I say put it that way? Just watch it when you have sex. There. See. now you put it that way? Okay, fine.
So it is worth putting on.
It's during sex.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you're one of the people who just go bang, 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 and that's it, after your 3 minutes, yeah, you can put it on. I mean, it's going to be honest. Like, well, nothing else to do.
So you're saying watch it after you nut.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it could be during after your nut, but like it'd be a really quick nut.
Alright, so there you have it. And like I said, please watch this movie, please, and let us know what you think.
Subscribe, share, and comment. I gotta say, like, I hope you enjoy this little review. And you can always find me at Twitter at GLChris24. Not really writing much over there. I should. The one thing I keep like, I should, but it's like, it's like I don't know what to really write. Something random.
Help him out, people. Help him out.
You can always find me on Facebook. Use Christian Alonso. You probably be a weirdo. Just, just, I don't care. Whatever, fine. If you're a weirdo, then you're a weirdo. Whatever. You're cool with me. I mean, if you go, you're living inside your own apartment and wear your underwear and you just go outside, you grab some mail, then okay. You're cool with my book, buddy. I should put some damn pants on. Blipper Girl's gonna find you anywhere.
In their dreams.
Hey. You ain't gonna know nobody's dreams.
Okay, only men.
Hey. Fine, women.
That's your dream.
Alright, till then.
See you next time.
No. You can't say that. That's copyrighted from the Slimming Vlog person. Shh. Wait. That's me.
Catch you on the flip side.
I guess. I guess.